This is lesson 3 for book D, and your child should be perfecting either the Magic Man or I'm a Winner, whichever one they're having the most trouble with. That's the one that we're going to be working on. This is our new song out of the lesson book. It's on page 6. It's a song you probably know. Maybe they don't. They Get Along Little Doggy song. So this is a cowboy song, but this one's not swung. We're playing it straight. So don't swing these eighth notes. We don't have to do that. We can play them as they are written. And it's in 3/4 time. 3/4 time is going to be important to us for the counting. It's because we start with the eighth notes, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 1, rest, and then 3 is the eighth notes here. The only other place where the rhythm is a little bit, it looks difficult, it's really not. This is how I would think about it. You notice that you have an eighth note here and an eighth rest and then a quarter note. So quarter, eighth, and then quarter. So how would you count that? How would you explain it to a child? I wouldn't. I would tell them it's just like, I would just have them play it just like it's quarter notes. And then I would just have them lift with that G there and just shorten it, just make it quicker. And then you automatically, it's not a staccato, but it is like, get the wrist up, get it up quick, and then you've turned that into what you need. And that's close enough to being perfect that instead of counting 1 and 2 and 3 and focusing on that rest, you can get that done. You'll find that here and here. This is the first phrase, and then this phrase right here is the exact same thing. So when they've learned that, they have learned this. This phrase is very similar to this phrase. The only difference is in the third full measure. The very first note, notice they're going down to G. Here they're going down and it's an A, but then it's repeated. So no G there, and then the chord changes. So their brains need to be thinking right here, okay, repeat the A. It's going to be a repeat note here. So they're going to be thinking that it's a repeat note. Then they're going to be able to deal with the ending. As I've said before in the past, I don't always like to count with numbers. I like to count with the concept so that they can internalize what the rhythm is a little bit better. And so I'll say half note. So on this, I'll get down to the end and I'm going to say half note because notice this is 2 beats. Here's the third one right there. This is a split measure, or sometimes we call that incomplete. So it's going to be half note, and then I like to say pick up 1. Instead of 3 and, I'll say half note, pick up 1, 2, 3, 1, rest 3, and then that one's the rest, and then it's 3. So that one's fast. So all right, I'll just go ahead and play this so you can hear how it goes. Nothing too tricky in the left hand. There's supposed to be a rest there, so after they play this, it comes up, and I don't think there's anything more difficult than that. Play it slowly. It says lazily, so make sure this one is nice and slow and steady. Playing slow is hard, so that doesn't mean it's easier. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, so that's how that one goes. And before we stop, then we have the Busy Cowboy. This one is, they're going to have to use their eyes here. This is not swung, it's straight, so it's played just as it is. It goes up to the C, which is the 4th finger, and back down to the G, and it goes up again until you get to here. And then it's a third, and then you have a quarter, and then it's repeated and walk down to the A, not to their thumb, and then up a half note, or quarter note, and then quarter note, and then pick right up. Thirds, and then when they get to this spot right here, it's a quarter note, and then left hand changes to a third, and half note, pick up. So that's how that one sounds. So this is the tricky part, is they've got to change from playing seconds to this third here, and then the right hand plays 2 Ds twice, but then these go back down to thirds and then seconds like the other hand. So that's our technique book. If they can start with that, it'll make it a lot easier to play the Whoopee song. And then in the book, here's the paperwork for this week. This is reviewing. It tells you 10 box should be checked. So they just I spy it and see what's down here. Here they talk about an incomplete measure, so they'll have you do a little bit of math there. You can answer that question to see what they see, and then it tells you also to circle it. And then the other one, this is just review, same old thing. Draw in what the directions are, and then label it. Bottom note first, then the top note. All right, and that's it for this week. Have a good one.